In today's news, Miami judge lets guilty verdict stand against Andrew Foy. Major tree planting efforts at Long Bay Beef Island. Intersecondary school debates conclude semifinal round. Just 1 point separates the top 3 teams in the BVIFA National League standings. 2024 Agriculture and Fisheries Exhibition and Market off to a good start. The BVI Heritage Dancers to celebrate 45th years of cultural excellence. We have the details of this and so much more when 284 News returns.
He hit me. Will CG cover this?
Don't worry. Remember when I was in that competitive arm wrestling circuit? 3-time champion, baby. I did feel bad crushing all those arms and dreams. So I took them all out for ice cream. And then we got crushed. Anyway, CG handled my claims fast.
That explains the arm.
The best cover for the best value. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Start the year off with more. More speed, more downloading, more savings, and more FAHIE. CFATF fiber internet gives you the speed you need to keep the whole family connected. Packages starting at $119 with speeds from 300 megabytes per second. Super fast, unlimited downloads, even more reliable connectivity, plus free live streaming TV for the family to enjoy. Sign up for the absolute best fiber internet service in the BVI CCT FAHIE and pay no installation fee. Plus, get CCT Live TV for free. You deserve more. Get more with CCT. Life Unlimited.
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Friday, March 8th, 2024. I'm Ron Grant bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us and a happy Friday. I want to take this opportunity, of course, to wish all the women across the Virgin Islands and the region a happy International Women's Day. We trust that it has been rewarding for you. Beginning our newscast on the local scene, yesterday, Thursday, March 7th, 2024, in an unprecedented decision, U.S. District Judge Kathleen Williams subpoenaed 2 jurors who expressed grievances and initially sought to recant their guilty vote in the trial of former British Virgin Islands Premier Andrew Foy on drug trafficking. Only one of the 2 jurors showed up in the judge's courtroom. Following a series of questions, U.S. District Judge Kathleen Williams asked the one juror whether her guilty verdicts at the end of Foy's February 8th trial were actually her decision, to which she responded yes, following which Judge Williams allowed the 12-person juror's guilty verdict to stand, leaving Foy vulnerable to a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years up to life in prison on the main charge of conspiring to import cocaine through the British territory into the United States. Foy, 53, was also found guilty on 3 other charges involving money laundering and racketeering. His sentencing is set for April 29th in a Miami federal court. Asphalt laid adjacent to the Queen Elizabeth II Park will need to be removed in the near future as ongoing works on a 3rd lane face challenges. Our Jaka Wooding has more on this report.
During a recent sitting of the House of Assembly, Deputy Speaker and Territorial at-Large Representative the Honorable Stacey Mather sought answers to a question that has circulated among the society for several months. What is the purpose of the section of road or 3rd lane adjacent to the Queen Elizabeth II Park? He posed his queries to Minister for Communications and Works the Honorable Kai Reimer, seeking the purpose, status, and cost of the works. Reimer explained that this 3rd lane is intended to serve as a holding lane for motorists looking to make a right turn.
Madam Speaker, the purpose of the 3rd lane is to serve as a holding lane for motorists wishing to make a right turn towards the hospitals, Smith's Peak or Richardson Reagan, for example. This will alleviate the issue where motorists wishing to turn right must sit in the westbound lane and interrupt the flow of traffic. Instead, motorists destined to make the turn towards either of those junctions will pause in the holding lane while waiting to avoid in the traffic.
He also shed light on the delay with the project, stating that the area was determined to be spongy and utility lines at the site were found to be shallowly buried, both hindering works. Consequently, the asphalt already laid will need to be removed.
The asphalt resurfacing started by the Public Works Department, and the works, it was discovered that the area was spongy due to the high water table and rains preceding the commencement of the works. It was also discovered that the utility lines were shallow, which did not allow for the required depth for the road base to achieve proper compaction. As a result, the asphalt will have to be removed in order to mitigate against the sponginess and to ensure a stabilized concrete base for the placement of new asphalt.
The works, including 580 linear feet of sidewalk and the section of road, have already cost the public purse nearly $200,000.
The 580 linear feet of sidewalk currently on the ground outside the QE2 part represents $135,523 spent by the Public Works Department. Madam Speaker, the sum of money was spent on rebar, concrete, a mini excavator, supplemental labor through work orders, and 5 pallets of pavement bricks. $45,220 was expended on preparatory works for the third lane project. The scope of those works included the supply and delivery of material to fill the site, to provide trucking to haul away debris and an excavated material to approved dump site, to make adjustment to the raised manhole covers to final road heights based on Public Works surveyors benchmark levels, in conjunction with the key digital personnel for supervision of the works to safeguard the infrastructure, to provide compaction to the use of a roller to facilitate compaction of the road base and sub-base in preparation to receive asphalt, to perform grading of the proposed route to final reduced level, and to provide final site cleanup activities upon completion of the works.
Representative for the 2nd District, the Honorable Melvin Turnbull, joined discussions to inquire when the minister expects these works to be resolved, labeling the current state of the project site as a hazard to motorists. He described the unfinished road as an eyesore.
Madam Speaker, I'm trying to understand the purpose of spending just about $200,000 on this third lane that is now and has been uncompleted or incomplete for a number of months, which is causing more harm than good to the motoring public of the territory. Madam Speaker, could the minister please help this honorable House and the listening public of the BVI understand when does he expect to have this project completed, because it is just sitting there as an eyesore and it is becoming hazardous even to the public that has to go now east and west on a one-lane road.
Rima provided a response, sharing similar concerns for the hazard posed by the unfinished works. He asked the public for continued patience while the Department of Public Works continues the project.
I do agree that it is a hazard, Madam Speaker. We are working with Public Works to get the rebars so that we can have a proper sub-base for the area. As I mentioned, the water table is high in the area. We recognize that while doing the works, and with the utilities there, Madam Speaker, it's a bit difficult for us to have gotten the proper compaction. I beg the motoring public for their patience in terms of getting this road completed. And we are committed to getting it completed, and hopefully in short order it shall be achieved, Madam Speaker.
Turnbull also questioned at what point in the project were these challenges discovered, particularly considering the apparent advanced stage of the works that must now be undone. According to Rima, the discovery came while works were well underway.
Madam Speaker, it was actually when the works were being conducted that the members of staff noticed that the utilities were close to the surface, that the water table was high. Madam Speaker, we tried to mitigate against that. We brought in the rollers, tried to see if it would work. But after trying to lay the asphalt, we realized that the sponginess continued, and therefore it was in the best interest of the road to have it re-engineered and re-looked at. So, Madam Speaker, yes, during that time we went through some resources challenges where the staff actually had to take vacation based on the take it or leave it initiative at the done by the government, and we have since passed the budget and we are working to allocate the funds to get the rebars and everything ready so that we can put down a proper base so that we can actually concrete the area and make it stable for traversing. So it was at that stage, Madam Speaker, and quite a lot happened during that time, but we are committed to getting it done.
While the minister could not provide a figure at the time for how much additional spending will be required to remedy the situation, he promised to report back to the House of Assembly with that information. Jacques Wooding, 284 News.
The assessment of the British Virgin Islands' compliance with the 40 recommendations of the Financial Action Task Force, as outlined in the most recent Caribbean Financial Action Task Force Mutual Evaluation Report on Anti-Money Laundering and Counterfeiting Terrorist Financing, indicates an overall high level of compliance. Among the 40 recommendations, the BVI was deemed, and I quote, largely compliant with 25 recommendations. This designation signifies that adherence to technical criteria for these recommendations resulted in various rankings, including mainly, and I quote, met, mostly met, partially met, and in some cases, not met. The recommendations that the BVI was found largely compliant to related to the matters including assessing risk and applying a risk-based approach, money laundering offenses, confiscation and provisional measures, targeted financial sanctions, consumer due diligence, record keeping, and new technologies. Notably, the BVI was found to be fully compliant with some 11 recommendations, indicating that all technical criteria were satisfactorily met for these particular recommendations. Now, viewers, these included recommendations relating to matters including national corporation and coordination, terrorist financing offenses, financial institution secrecy laws, correspondent banking, financial intelligence units, and extradition. Additionally, the BVI demonstrated partial compliance with 3 recommendations, signaling areas with room for improvement despite meeting or mostly meeting some technical criteria. These recommendations related to matters such as transparency and beneficial ownership of legal persons and regulation and supervision of financial institutions. The BVI was deemed non-compliant with 1 recommendation, Recommendation 8. Recommendation 8 focuses on technical measures countries should take to prevent the abuse of non-profit organizations for illicit finance. The CFATF assessment identified shortcomings in the BVI's regulatory framework and risk-based supervision of the NPO sector, leading to the non-compliant rating. Recommendation 8 requires countries to review and understand the potential money laundering and terrorism financing risks in their NPO sectors and implement appropriate measures to mitigate those risks. However, the CFATF evaluation found the BVI lacks implementation of key elements under this recommendation. Viewers, up next, we have more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Sometimes women are not celebrated as they should be, but we see you. And in case no one has told you today, you're unstoppable.
You are beautiful. You are intelligent.
You're creative.
You're phenomenal.
You are unique.
Perfect. Elegant. Hardworking.
Kind. Tú eres fabuloso.
La bendición de nosotros.
Irreplaceable.
Sophisticated. Ambitious.
You are impactful to our world.
Captivating.
You are cherished.
You are essential. I like
that.
You are exuberant.
And you are appreciated. Thank you for all the ways you enrich our lives and society every day.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Continuing on the local scene in the Virgin Islands, the race for the 2023-2024 National League Championships is heating up, with the Wolves FC and the Islanders putting present league leaders Virgin Gorda United under intense pressure, having won 5 from 6 games on the one end and 6 consecutive games on the other. Both teams are making their mark on the competition, with 1 point separating the top 3 teams in in the standings. Presently, VG United lead the standings with 28 points, with Wolves second with 27 points and Islanders third with 26 points. In a hard-fought encounter against arch rivals Sugar Boys FC, the Wolves secured a thrilling 3-2 victory. Hugo Costa Lazaro opened the scoring in the 3rd minute, but Sugar Boys responded with goals from Alejandro Sanchez and Deroy Redhead to lead 2-1 at halftime. A late comeback saw Marcus Robinson leveling the game in the 81st minute, and Lazaro's second goal in added time secured the victory. Lazaro's brace also propelled him to a 2-goal lead over Oswald Holder in the Golden Boot race, with 16 goals to Holder's 14. The Islanders continued their resurgence with a 2-1 victory over Lionheart FC on Saturday, with goals from Roger Noel and Oswald Holder. Coach Fitzroy Daly praised his team's performance, emphasizing their control of the game from the early stages and the effectiveness of their possession-based strategy. 284 Media was there to capture those highlights. Take a look.
In a long kick, looking for who? Goal! And it's 1 goal!
Meanwhile, Panthers FC showcased signs of improvement by defeating Positive FC 5-1. Loic Simon scored twice, with Privel, Aston, and Vanrik Delashku and Marcus Butler also finding net. Positive FC managed a late consolation goal by Nicardo Dixon in the added time of the game. Looking ahead, the excitement continues with the Islanders facing Panthers on Saturday, March 9th at 8:30 p.m., while on Sunday, March 10th, Positive FC takes on One Love FC at 6 p.m., followed by Rebels FC versus Sugar Boys FC at 8:30 p.m. at the Greenland football field. The Ministry of Environment, Natural Resources and Climate Change has moved into Phase 2 of the Long Bay Beef Island Beach Management Plan Implementation Phase 2, which will involve the restoration of the sand dune with native trees, replanting the vegetarian line with sea grape trees, and establishment of a public picnic area. Environmental Officer in the Ministry of Environment, Natural Resources and Climate Change, Ms. Angela Burnett Penn, said restoration is necessary as about 75% of the historic vegetation on the eastern sand dune has been destroyed, and many of the remaining trees are invasive species, including neem trees, wild tamarind, and cowheel bush. She said the goal of the Phase 2 is to restore the sand dune to its former healthy state while leaving room for a picnic zone and other facilities. Burnett Penn said, and I quote, "The community should be excited about this phase of the project, which we have dubbed Operation Restoration. The beach we love and enjoy depends directly on a healthy, forested sand dune." The environmental officer said native trees like sea grape, lollybog, cedar, lingam, vitea, bacarso, and other provide benefits to the beach that invasive plants like neem trees do not. She added, and I quote, "Sea grape trees are critical to protect the beach from erosion and encourage turtle nesting. The other trees also contribute to providing shade, bird habitat." The project is a collaboration with Unite BVI, a nonprofit foundation based in the Virgin Islands, which focuses on a variety of community-minded projects, including, of course, environmental conservation and empowering entrepreneurs. Representative Ms. Alexandra Patra said her organization is delighted to once again partner with the government of the Virgin Islands to help in the cause of protection of the environment. She said, and I quote, "As Unite BVI, we understand the importance of our protecting and our environment, and as such, it is our pleasure to stand with the government of the Virgin Islands to continue to restore the environment to its natural state for the benefit of residents and visitors alike." The first phase of the project concluded in May of 2023 and included construction of parking lots and installation of the sand dome protection barrier in preparation for Phase 2. Phase 2 of the project began on March 5th with removal of invasive species. As part of the restoration effort, 100 sea grape trees and 140 other native trees will be planted. Members of the community are welcome to assist by sponsoring additional trees for planting and also by joining in the planting of the sea grape trees. For more information, visit the BVI government website and environment. The public is also reminded that permission must be sought from the ministry responsible for natural resources for commercial uses of beaches and non-commercial activities in cases where there would be large groups, loudspeakers, or open fires. The heart of the Virgin Islands will beat to the rhythm of tradition as the BVI Heritage Dancers announces their 45th anniversary celebration. The special concert titled Preservation and Innovation will take place on March 17th at the Eileen L. Parsons Auditorium. Founder of the group, Eileen L. Parsons OBE, expressed her excitement, stating, and I quote, "We are thrilled to mark this 45th year journey of preserving and promoting the cultural tapestry of the Virgin Islands through the art of folk dance. This concert is not just a celebration of our past, but a testament to the enduring spirit of our community and our commitment to passing on the legacy to future generations." The landmark event will feature vibrant choreography, traditional music, and a celebration of the cultural legacy passionately preserved by the BVI Heritage Dancers for 4.5 decades. The group's president, Varys Hodge, encouraged the community to attend the anniversary concert, highlighting the diverse repertoire of folk dances that will reflect the unique stories, traditions, and history of the Virgin Islands. Tickets for this cultural extravaganza are priced at $20 for adults and $10 for children age 4 to 16. They can be purchased from members of the group or at the door of the event. Viewers, up next, we have more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of it. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. What are they? You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top up power?
Fire is spreading across the BVI. The fastest, most reliable, and affordable fiber internet service is here for you. Look out for Fire in these new locations: Slaney, Duff Bottom, Manual Reef, Seacows Bay, Albion, Hannah's, Palestina, Pleasant Valley, and Havers. Fiber is in your area. Call 444-4444 or visit a CCT store to find out more and bring it home. More locations coming soon.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Continuing on the local scene in the Virgin Islands, the Agriculture and Fisheries Exhibition and Market 2024 kicked off last weekend on the sister island of Virgin Gorda, providing local businesses within the two industries the opportunity to have their products on display. Our 284 Media's Kamal Haynes was on the ground and fueled the following report. Take a look.
Lots of activity here at the Agriculture and Fisheries Exhibition and Market 2024, right here on Virgin Gorda. A month of activities for the agriculture and fisheries industry, with Virgin Gorda being the first stop. I had the opportunity to cover the event as well as to speak to the junior minister responsible, Dr. the Honorable Carl Dawson. Here's what we on in store for you?
Today kicks off Agriculture and Fisheries Month with exhibition here at Virgin Garden. So far, I really like the level of support. It really calls for a lot of community work to pull it together to begin with. The team from the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries, the various vendors around, as well as all the supporters who have come out, and it really says to me that I'm honest. We are not where we want to be in agriculture and the BVI right now, but as I interact with persons, I believe that we can get to where we want to be. And this is just a signal to me for the interest and what people were willing to do to support agriculture and fisheries.
And I think this is the first time that we've had a month-long set of activities. Generally, it's for a week. Speak about what would have prompted the initiative to extend for that period of time.
Correct. It really gives us the opportunity to ensure that every island has a weekend. In the past, only Tortola had a weekend and everybody fitted in the days in between, which impacted the number of people who could participate and join in.
It's quite fit to be in Virgin Garden. When it comes to agriculture, Virgin Garden was a leading producer of foods to sell to Tortola and to St. Thomas. And we have today a lot of locally produced goods. Not only food, but also honey. Virgin Garden honey, Virgin Garden crafts, Virgin Garden foods are here on sale today. Baked goods, cooked goods. So I'm so pleased. Having been in St. Croix 2 weeks ago and seeing what they're doing. When I came today, my spirit was lifted. I'm inspired by what I'm seeing here today. And this vendor here was also in St. Croix, selling locally made BVI goods. And she's here today on Virgin Garden. So I'm so pleased at the way agriculture, and I must commend the Premier and his junior minister for doing this whole month of agricultural activities and fishing, and to start here in the 9th district.
Okay, I'm Tikia. Serenity Soaps and More is the name of my business, located in Virgin Gorda. I make handmade soaps, body scrub, body butters, and I use stuff like in the environment, like aloes, neem, and stuff to make these products. And it's safe for children and adults alike. Right now, I only sell online, hoping in the future to have my own mini soap factory.
Okay. And speak about some of the benefits of these products that you have here. I can see a list as it relates. So you have a price list here with soap bars, body scrub, body butter, etc. Speak about the different products as well as the benefits of these products.
So the soaps, they all have different benefits. I have about 30 different scents which aren't always in stock, but all of them, they leave your skin smooth since it's natural. There's turmeric that would take out marks out your skin, dark marks. The body scrubs, you can use that to scrub your body. If you want to do your at-home pedicures, you can use that. And I also usually have body butters, which are used in replacement of lotion.
I'm Dr. Cheryl Augustine, and this is Mistress Mona Penn. We are here in the VG Agriculture Fair. Eaton Farm is here. We have a variety of different sweets. We have coconut sugar cake, the old-time peppermint candy, pepper sauce, the local pepper sauce, and we have a famous tamarind lollipop. So why don't you try it and tell me what you think?
Yes, you just gave me you call it tamarind, we call it tamarind in Barbados. So it's of the same.
It's the same family, same thing.
It's good. It's good. And this is basically what this have the seed in the middle?
It has the seed, the pulp, everything is the natural top of the tree that we use.
And would you say this is like the highest selling product you have? The most demanding product you have here in terms of this particular sweet?
Yes, it is. It's the most demanding one. Wherever we go, Tortola, any Garden, Virgin Garden, St. Croix, everybody wants the tamarind lollipop.
Viewers, I'm here at another stall, Silma's African Supplies. I assume you're Silma? Well, welcome to 284 Media. Tell us a little bit about your stall and your products you have to offer here today.
Okay, I have here mostly natural stuff. I have some soaps, moringa soap, cocoa butter and shea butter, which is very good for the skin. I also have herbal, neem, charcoal toothpaste, all different type of soap here, herbal soap, and I have scented oils. I have also incense, and I have some African made by myself, and also some BVI wear made by myself also.
My name is Tristan Cricky, one of the co-owners of Agri Paradise VG. What we're looking at here, Mr. Premier, is a NFT system, which is called a nutrient film technique. We have a thin film of water running through the emitters. You can see feeding the roots of the plants. But these plants, they were grown already. We clipped them, and now they're growing back again for a second time. So we're getting 2 clippings basically out of one crop, which is good. It's a basic centralized system with a tank. We have the water right over here. The water is pumped or turned on with timers, as it's an automatic system. The water flows up to the head of the pipes, and then gravity feeds it back down to the tank. So it just circulates, around and around. And like I say, it's automated. So it's on a timer. So once the time hits, then it comes on and then it goes out by itself.
This is really the future. I mean, as we know, the Virgin Islands is a place where everybody grew food, everybody had livestock, etc. But obviously with tourism and financial services, people's attention shifted elsewhere. But when I see young brothers like this taking up agriculture, it shows me that the potential to revive the sector is with us. And not just to do it in the traditional way, but to use technology and logic and passion, creativity to be able to take the sector forward, because as you know, it's different from the past. We probably have less land space to work with. We have to be more efficient in terms of our production to be able to compete with the imported goods. And this brother here, I think, is an example for all of us that agriculture can be something that you can make a real livelihood out of.
Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
Viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at 284media.com, and of course, like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. I'll see you again next week. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Happy Friday. Goodbye.